Hello and welcome to another item showcase. Today we're going to be looking at the Crystalline and all its various upgrades from the Calamity mod and seeing if they're any good. Please remember to like and subscribe. Without any further ado, let's get on with the review. So first of all, we're going to need the Crystalline, and this can be made with 50 Wolfram knives, which can be gotten from Wolfram enemies, which they drop Wolfram shards, and I believe you get 25 for each Wolfram shard, 3 diamonds, which can be a bit of a pain, and 3 fallen stars. It says 4, but it actually is 3. Then that can then be upgraded in hard mode to the Prismaline, which requires the Crystalline, 5 essences of helium and 5 seed prisms. This then can be upgraded again to the Radiant Star with the Prismaline, 10 astral bars, 15 stardust and 10 fallen stars. Then this can be finally upgraded to the Shattered Sun with the Radiant Star and 6 Divine Geodes. Right, now that we've got that out of the way, let's try them all out. So I've got all 4 weapons here, so let's try them out on a King Slime. I have equipped the Reaver armor, as it is just a generic rogue weapon, armor set, as these are all rogue weapons. So let's see how the Crystalline does. So with all these weapons, they all split after a bit of time, and this seems to be doing actually quite alright. Obviously my armor set does make it a bit, perhaps a little bit too OP, but this Crystalline definitely does actually very nice damage, as the initial blade does the majority, but if you let it go for a little bit, it splits up again and then does even more damage. So I believe it also splits upon enemy impact as well. We just get them, and there we go. So now let's try out the Prismaline again on King Slime. He's a bit of a weak boss, but he's easy to take down, and we can just see how much damage these do. So when these split up, the ones that split up appear to now be homing, so they do home in on them, and they're not piercing. So with this weapon, it's probably best to actually fire away from the boss, as you'll actually be able to get the homing effect and thus actually do more damage. There we go, there goes a King Slime. So now let's try the Radiant Star going against a King Slime. I'll do all of these against King Slime, just so we can get a bit of a comparison. So this will... that is interesting. So it appears that it keeps the same as the Prismaline, but upon enemy hits, it also rains down stars. I'm not sure how many stars per hit. Looks to be about maybe 1 or 2, but if you manage to get a rapid fire on it, that is a lot of damage. And it appears that the stars only fall when the weapon splits, so if you hit it with the initial blade, it doesn't actually fall or cause stars to fall, which is very interesting indeed. Right, so let's try out the final weapon, the Shattered Sun. I have a feeling this is essentially going to be all of them, but so much more powerful. And I was right. That is ridiculous. And this is actually the first one that pierces as well, I think. We just get another look. King Slime, you're going to get obliterated. I think, yeah, it definitely pierces, this one. And it creates... I think they're called profaned explosions, and you also get the profaned debuff as well. So this one is a bit ridiculous, actually. Let's try it out on a harder boss, perhaps. So let's try out perhaps the Golem. Let's see what this can do. Yeah, it's alright, although we did try it on King Slime, so it's not really a fair comparison. It's not going the quickest. It's definitely not shabby. We are doing some great damage. And this is a weapon you do get post-Providence as well, as the geodes you can only get from Providence. So for a weapon that is essentially post-Moonlord, this is actually very good, very nice. Probably a bit of a warning here, it may end up lagging your game, same with the Radiant Star with all the falling stars. May actually cause your game to either crash or just lag horrendously. So those were the weapons. I actually really like all of these. Probably the Crystalline the least because it has, well, it isn't homing and it has less damage. But it's definitely a good weapon in the start of the game if you're planning to go rogue. Go rogue. But all of these I think are fantastic and they're not even that hard to make. So to conclude, I really like these and I recommend for any rogue player going through Calamity that you should at least at some point make one of these. If not the best one, definitely probably this one because it's so easy to make in the early hard mode. Yeah, right, that's going to do it today. Thank you all for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.